Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 43 of the Wheels and Wings podcast. 2 months.
It's literally the 8th of July, the last one went out, HMRC, and it's the 8th of September tomorrow.
So I've been in prison for 2 months because of HMRC. No, I haven't really.
It makes it more difficult, but since you've moved to Cornwall, though, isn't it?
Well, so yeah, this is one of the difficulty things. So I don't know if it's the same with whatever it is that you've got going on in your lives, but been so busy.
So busy.
It's so busy. And so recently, obviously, I've shacked up with this new girl who's lovely, but we've moved house and we've moved out of the city centre. And I used to just be able to bike it in, and I can't do that now.
Also, you had nothing to do. You're a
That's
sad single tosser, weren't you?
Yeah, and now she wants to do things. It's I've got to make time to do things, haven't I? But but we're still
really good,
we're still doing it, and we've still got that car's got to come out at number 17. We've got to do that track day.
That'd be really cool.
It's just on the cards, but there's a lot of other cars going on at the moment. So, and I tell you what, I don't know what it is. It's like I've had loads of great offers of cars and I've accepted them all, so I've got 4 new ones coming in, new resurrections coming in, and I just you can't say no. You can't sort of just go, no, I don't want that, because I know it. Sorry, 5. It's just going to make such great content.
The Lotuses are amazing.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to get that blue one. So the yellow one, it went off to Dean, who used to work for SJB Classic Cars, and he is a wizard when it comes to that sort of stuff. And he took the yellow one off me.
Yeah.
So it's got 2, what are those carbs called that it's got? Delortos?
Webbers? Oh, Delorto.
Yeah, so they're something that I haven't got enough experience in for me to start fucking around with.
Oh, to tune them?
Yeah, and just everything else, rebuild them. They needed a full hit. Nothing worked on them at all. It was running like a bag of shit. I did all the time in new belts, new everything, checked everything, compression, the whole lot. It was all spot on, but still running like a bit of a dog. So I took it.
In what way? Was it just running like running smoothly?
Starting from cold was a real problem. It was spitting fuel back out. It was one of the cars weren't balanced at all.
Yeah.
One was just doing all the legwork and one wasn't, and it was just making for a real shit running car. And so it needed to be done, but it needed to be, because the car had been on the road for 25 years. So it needed to be get them off. Proper clean up of everything. Yeah. So he's got like those cleaning baths that they put this thing in with the vibration-y stuff.
Yeah.
So he's done all that.
Ultrasound or something.
Ultrasonic.
Ultrasonic. Yeah.
Ultrasonic.
It's not the thing that you put on a pregnant woman's stomach, no.
It's not. But yeah, so he's done all that, and he rang me on Friday, and he said it's driving like a brand new one. He says it's
when did you pick it up?
So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow morning. I'm going to pick it up. Nice. I'm so excited. But I can't drive it yet because the wheels are still pissed at the front, because I've got to wait for... Like when I got it, the bottom arms looked like the guy had everything off.
Yeah.
And just not put anything back together.
Okay.
And just like loosely screwed bolts on and stuff. Okay. So it was a real pig.
So the tracking's out, is it? Massively,
yeah. So not to a point where I could drive it back from his place. It's only 5 miles.
And you end up with slicks on the front.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've really got to just get stuck into that before I can use it for a bit. And I will use it for a bit. I want to use the yellow one. Just until the raffle ends or something, because they're just such fun cars.
What brilliant company that Norfolk company.
Lotus Bits.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about Lotus Bits, right? I have got all the time in the world for companies like this.
Yeah.
So the guy that owns it is
Colin Chapman.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
No. I think he's like independently rich somehow from doing car stuff very, very well. And then so he has a bit of he does his own rallying and stuff, which he showed the cars that he'd done in the video and all this type of thing. But what he's done is he's made this business by employing really switched on and clever and like youthful sort of lads who, they're probably, a lot of them are in their 20s. Or whatever, and they're so enthusiastic about dealing with cars from the 70s and 80s.
So cool.
And I love that, and it's just it's seeing them, their youthfulness behind it, breathing it in to an industry that is famously ran like old 70s Lotuses by old guys in sheds who just don't want to know, and they'll look at people like me and go like, oh, he doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking forget it. Yeah, but there just isn't that with Lotus Bits. You've got these young lads that are just super clued up. One of the lads, Bill, he can't be much older than 30 if he is, and he does all the engine building from everything. There's one big unit, and underneath is where so you send them your engine, they'll strip it to bits, and they've got all the cleaning facilities downstairs, and they've got a lift, and they send up all the parts once they're all immaculate to a clean room. And this clean room, he's got like a wheelie chair, and this lad, again, can't be much older than 30, is building
Lotus
engines, proper, and they've
How
got
cool
test
is
rigs
that?
and stuff. Oh man, it was so good to see. And
Where was it?
Rugby.
Okay.
And this lad that was building the engines, he's just so, you know, settled into what he's doing. He's very calm and just very sort of very wise old sort of ways of doing stuff. He's obviously been trained incredibly well by whoever's trained him, and he's just spot on. He's just absolutely spot on. And the stuff that I've needed for this, you know, when you're buying cars like this yellow Lotus, there's loads of stuff on it that has been messed about with and changed, and you're trying to get it back to how it was, but none of the bits are there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and I'd never seen one of these before, so I don't know what it needs.
Yeah.
What's supposed to go there? What does this bit attach to? Why is that missing? Why is it only poke out? And they've just managed to sort it all out and just be like, you know, I've sent them loads of photos. Oh yeah, you need this, and this. Done.
That's so cool, having like proper specialists, proper people who really understand quite a narrow niche of cars, but they're really good at that. And they've obviously worked out there's enough Lotuses to just do Lotuses. That's so cool.
And the thing is, they're dealing in not so much like your Esprits and stuff and the Lands, but mainly your sort of XL Esprit type stuff.
It's even more niche than that then.
Yeah, so they're dealing in your Eclats, Elites, XLs, and Elite Esprits. So they're not really doing Elises and not doing. Did I say Esprits? I meant Elises.
Which is the very flat Bond car that's about that high? The Wedge.
So that's the Esprit.
Yeah. They're amazing. They still look cool.
So good. And there was a nice JPS one there as well, which was immaculate. But they got this guy who's the sort of, I imagine he's like the head mechanic or something, but he was doing a Esprit, and it was called like an investment special one that they sent over to America, and it was just like the coolest thing, all the equipment, sort of thing. And he was turning it into a brand new one.
Wow.
It was and the work he was doing on it, and he was dead proud, and he like showed me all this stuff, and you could just tell he was so switched on with it. I just love going to places like that, you know.
That's really cool.
Because I don't know if like you've noticed this with anything. Like you were saying with the guys that did your DPF, there is some epic companies out there at the moment.
Really good.
But post COVID, there's so many shit ones. There's so many people just don't want to work.
But don't you think that COVID got rid of a lot of it? So anything that was, I think COVID stress tested a lot of businesses, and a lot of them went out of. It's like this place, you know, because a lot of people, when they came back after COVID, were saying, "Wow, you're still here." What do you mean? It's like, well, you know, it's a little business, isn't it? And you go, well, that's sort of the point, isn't it? You could lock the door and say, well, we'll see you when this shit show ends.
Yeah, which is kind of what we did, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I think so. So you think the opposite? You think there's new businesses that come out that are a bit crap?
Well, the businesses that have lasted have become amazing. The ones that are really good, and there's some that are just. But there's been so many times recently I've tried to get stuff done, and I don't know if people have lost the love for it or something. But I've seen so many car-based businesses that have just gone completely down the pan since COVID, and it's just people just not necessarily wanting to do the job, you know, and just sort of like again, don't know how. I don't want to say loads because it's a bit close to home, but the classic car place just ran it into the ground, and just like half finished jobs everywhere, and just like all this sort of stuff, and I think that was difficult, you know, when you're getting paid 10 grand every now and then off Rishi Sunak to sit at home and do fuck all.
Yeah.
When it actually comes to turning up to work and having to do it,
Yeah.
it can get quite difficult. And, you know, I've seen a lot of, you know, the not just car business, a lot of other businesses that have just sort of become a bit shit. But then the ones that haven't have just gone, they're just so great. You know? It's even in Saltney, the paint guys that I use, they're just like, again, so sweet. I went there the other day and it's like an unassuming small unit, and there was an Arctic, and they were just taking huge pallets of stuff. I was like, where are you going to fucking put all these? It's like, we'll sell them by the end of the day. You know, what?
Wow.
That's crazy. You own an Arctic of pallets delivered, and he says, yeah, most of them, they won't even go inside.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. You know, and they've got multiple vans running around, and you just like, I love it. It's great. Really, really good. But yeah, so that was great. And it just speaking of Lotuses as well, it's so shit that Lotus themselves, they were like, oh, we're going to keep manufacturing in the UK, we're going to be as good as we can, and we love British manufacturing stuff, and then they've just announced 500 jobs gone.
Have they? Because didn't they make a load of like full electric sporty cars sort of things, and trying to look at things like KN competitors, things like that.
Yeah, bigger SUV type things. Which again, it's like I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure it is. There's building an electric car. From what I've heard from Rob and stuff as well, who works for Bentley and does all this sort of thing. Once the initial R&D is out of the way of making an electric car, where a lot of your cost is, once that R&D is done and you've decided how you're going to build it, you're ordering your bits from China. Yeah. They arrive, you screw it together. It's gone. Yeah. Making a car in Britain or making a car wherever isn't really that anymore. And I think Lotus are really trying to go down the route of not necessarily building, you know, these cool little sports cars in small numbers, handmade, a lot of stuff, and engines that take a lot, you know, putting an engine together that's going to do 150,000 miles without any big part. It's hard work. Yeah. It's difficult to do, whereas you can just buy an electric motor from China. Yeah. And you don't have to worry about cooling systems.
And look at someone like...
We do, but not in that way.
Morgan.
Yeah, again.
It's still in the same like set of... They look like small, low aircraft hangars. Have you ever been there? It's to Molesworth. No. We should go. Yeah. And it's all the same. You know, it's like there are people who worked there for 50 years and they're still there. Because and they're still making cars with ash frames. You know, some of them... They made a few dodgy ones. I remember, I think it was the Aero or something, and it looked like it was fucking cross-eyed. It had weird headlights and stuff. But they made a couple recently that look great. Yeah, and like the new one's incredible. I've seen the latest one. Yeah, I saw Richard Hammond was pissing about with one. They're amazing.
Insanely good cars, but that's
niche though.
Yeah, and they're very small. And I think what Lotus is trying to do is maybe, to save themselves, they've gone, oh right, well we need to make an electric SUV, we need to make an electric supercar stuff, and the amount of money that they'll have poured into doing that for them to not really sell any. Yeah, you know, and the ones that they are selling, you know, there's to shift, you know, the list price might be 200,000. Yeah, and to actually sell them, they're doing deals at 140, 150. You know, I don't know if that's the equivalent of numbers. I don't know if it is those numbers. Yeah, but that's the equivalent sort of
cutting into the profit margins.
And they're just not making money. You know, they're sort of they're paying for, you know, keeping the nose clean, and then there's nothing to go back into the business. And unfortunately, that's where it starts to get, you know, a little bit tricky, and probably why they've. Yeah, no, I can see that. Also, and I, you know, I've got my record shop. If there's any self-employed people as well, let me know how you're getting on with things in the comments. It's so expensive to run a company in the UK. Right. It is so expensive.
Let's not turn this into HMRC2.
Yeah, but like just everything to do with, like, you know, costs are incredible at the moment. I'm having to sit with the record shop guys and just sit down and have a look through bank statements going, do we need this direct debit? Do we need that direct debit? An email plugin, 200 quid a year. for an email plugin for his newsletter, and like all this sort of stuff, and it's just these huge costs. And there's someone that just wants a piece constantly, wants a little bit, I just have a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And it just means that every day you're just watching hundreds and hundreds of pounds of direct debits leave the account. You know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. And then obviously HMRC come knocking.
Yeah. No, it is tough. I was thinking about, though, going back to your, like, the Lotus company, or people do, what America does quite well, because it's so massive, is that they have, like, if you're into a hobby, there will be a group of people who do that thing, like they're on meth, they're on ketamine or something. That might not be. Not very ketamine. Good. Not ketamine. No. Okay, like they're on cocaine.
Yeah.
But so they even have it with restoring World War II fighters. So that there is a company, I can't remember where they are. It might be Arizona, and their whole thing is P-51 Mustangs, and that's what they do. It's like what?
Yeah.
But what you mean? They do World War II fighters? No, just P-51 Mustangs. But they do it really well.
Yeah.
And it's like, how cool is that? And it's very similar to the Lotus guys.
Yeah, of course. Well, with the Lotus guys, he was telling me water pumps with classic cars are always a problem, because they're something that everybody will buy every time they change the cam belt, and they'll put a new one on, and all of a sudden all your stock of water pumps has been depleted because nobody's making new ones. So it's like, right, well, what are we going to do? So it's like, well, we need to make rebuild kits for these water pumps, which a lot of the manufacturers do, because the casting of the water pump, the casing that it all sits in, that's the hard bit to make new ones of those.
Okay.
Everything internally is stuff that Lotus Bits...
Just 3D print them, mate.
Well, they're doing 3D printed metal now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Again, this is what Rob does, isn't it? So he's telling me about his making anyway, for Bentley. But the bits they need to remanufacture a water pump that he sent me to do mine, they designed, and then a machine shop a few doors down makes all the bits, billet aluminium stuff, real nice bits of kit, put it all in a bag, great set of instructions, there you go. But they can make 100 of those and sell them, whereas they can't make the castings for the water pump. So they're making rebuild kits and stuff. So for someone like these P-51 Mustang guys, if they need a part, they'll find out how to make one, and might make 10 of them instead of just making one, because that's where the costs are a problem, is when you're just making one.
So it's economy of scale, really, isn't it? Yeah. Which is the opposite of what you have, because every car that comes in is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no point in you having a parts room, is there, really?
No, and I've got... there's a lot of stuff that I can with, like SU carbs. I see plenty of those and stuff.
Okay.
But like special tools, I've got a rack full of special tools. I've got a tool to take the pulley off a power steering pump on a Ford F-250.
Nice.
I'm never going to use that again. It is the nichest thing ever, and it's just something that I had to buy at the time because it's a very funny way that they put it on.
So when I was growing up, as you know, my stepfather's garage, I'd go in and in his toolbox there'd be something, and it would be like a 5/16 spanner that had been. He'd had the grinder too, and it was like welded to like a short bar or something. And I went, "What's this?" And he went, "Oh, to get the pulley off something." But he would make or modify tools. Have you ever done that?
I did it in the Lotus episode.
Oh, did you?
There's one bolt for the water pump that hides behind the distributor cam pulley.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit off centre, so you can't get it past. So what you should do is take the distributor out.
Yeah.
And take the whole thing out. But the problem is you've got two different seals on either ends. If you disturb them and you haven't got new seals, you're fucked. So you don't take that out. You just leave that, because I don't want it to pour oil everywhere.
Thanks for the pint.
It's because the chiller's not on, because it's Sunday. So with the chiller's not on, it doesn't work. Sorry, this is a really boring podcast so far, isn't it?
Making handmade tools.
Yeah, so sorry about that. We just had someone come to the door. Anyway, in the latest water pump bolt behind 10mm socket, I had to grind the 10mm socket down to almost where it would split apart.
Yeah.
And then slot it over.
Is it quite satisfying though when it works?
So good, because you look online And you're like, how do you know, why can't you get this bolt out? And you get all these people, oh, you have to take the distributor out. There's no way you can do it without the distributor. You have to take it out, do the job. Yeah, fuck off. Get stuffed. Just grind your socket down and you're away.
Yeah.
Love stuff like that.
Good.
Fixed.
Like it.
What else have we got? Did you get that emergency alert then?
When they came out, like it says, okay, this is on here. Would you like this or not? I did a big fat not. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, because you'd know anyway, wouldn't you? If we were about to be gone by Russia with your job.
But the point
it would
is,
be your fault.
but the point is, like, you know, if there's nukes coming over, it's like, yeah, I don't care, mate. We're just going to be. If they're turning the desert to glass, I don't care.
Yeah.
Really, you know, it's just somebody said. I think I've said this before on here, but people say, where would you want to be if there's a nuclear attack? And it's like ground zero, epicenter.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be vaporized in half a microsecond.
Yeah.
I don't want to be trying to like
peel bits of your skin off every day.
Or, you know, the concentric circles around like the epicenter, and it's like all dead for 100, square miles sort of thing, and the rings go out. Obviously that's square, not, but anyway, rings go out, and up here it's like slightly maimed, you know, zombie apocalypse, and then in the Shetland, it's all the fucking Shetland Islands, everybody's fine. Yeah. You know, all looking at each other going,
who's going to be Prime Minister?
I don't want that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, don't want that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be coughing up blood every 2
So, no,
seconds.
did yours go off?
Yeah, it did. It went off. It went beep, 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 beep when I was in the car, and I was like, whoa, what the hell's that? And it said, this is an emergency. I screenshotted it so we could read it out.
Go on.
I mean, I love stuff like this because it's just panic over, isn't it? Oh, it's disappeared off your message. It's not a text.
Oh.
That's weird, isn't it? It's not actually a text message. It's just
actually feels a little bit Big Brother to me.
Oh, hugely. Severe alert. I'll show a screenshot of this. If you're in a different country and you didn't get this, this is what we just had on our... Excuse picture of Mrs. Usher's babe, isn't she? But yeah, that's what we had just on our phones. There's nothing we could do about it.
Or you could have switched it off when they first said it.
Shit.
Because even your thing behind the till for charging people, that did it. Because I was in here.
What?
Yeah.
The Extrons in the Porsche did it separately from my phone. I switched off my phone. And
What's an Extron?
Oh, my stereo.
Oh,
in the
right.
Porsche, like digital thing. And it was cracking on and it was going boo, 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 boo in the Porsche. I was like, fuck off. I did a donut in the Porsche today with Alice in the car.
Did you?
Just revealed a name.
Did you clean it up? Or did she?
We were on the way to the workshop to pick up another mic, and there's a big junction, and it was raining, and I just said to her, I was just like, have you ever been in a car that's doing a donut? And she was like, no. And she grabs onto me, you're like, no. And I was like, watch this. Which always ends well, doesn't it? But bam, 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 just spinning this fucking Porsche around in this. It was so good. So good.
So a good time to do it because you're not taking hundreds of pounds worth of rubber off the back and tyres either.
No, because they're practically on the wires, those things anyway.
Are they?
Yeah.
On the canvas.
Yeah, they absolutely. Yeah, if you rubbed your hand over them, you'd cut you to ribbons.
Which is really good because, you know, the whole thing about watching racing cars, and if they go onto wet tyres and it dries, and then there is a point at which you come when it stops raining, they come back and you get a dry line, don't you? Get a goat track.
Yeah.
And
a goat track. Nice, okay.
Nice. So there's just one dry line
coming out then, wasn't it?
One dry line, and if they've worn down enough, they actually start to act like slicks again. There's not for long because it's a different compound, but for a while they will start to, the lap times will go up again.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I say obviously, many people may not know this, but when you buy a new set of intermediates or wet tyres, you can take them to your Demon Tweaks, for example, and have half of the tread shaved off on a machine.
Can you?
Yeah. So last thing you want is a brand new thick treaded tyre
Yeah.
on your
Wet
car.
are the wets.
Well,
Or
whatever.
anyway.
If you're a very, very serious racer, you want a lot of that tread to already have been taken, because the mass
Yeah.
of having that huge block of tread
Yeah.
inside your tyre, it moves, so it'll flex underneath the tyre.
Yeah. Like somebody said, it's like driving on chewing gum or something.
Yeah, so I've experienced it before. It's great. It's such a rewarding.
Hello.
Sorry about that. We just lost everything because we're idiots and the camera died again.
Mate, it was comedy gold.
It was.
We'll never get that back.
No, never. Trust me, it was. Anyway,
How did Amni go, by the way? Because so there's a very posh. It's not very posh, but it's not your average Indian restaurant.
Right, so we do a thing called let's talk about that. We do a thing called Fat Club, right, which Wynne is supposed to be in, but he wasn't this week. But
Sounds boring.
we just go out and eat huge, ridiculous meals, and it was hilarious. But it was great. Such a great place. Very, very, very dark inside. Very like.
I've never noticed it being dark.
I think it's
Is
because
it really dark?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's negative, but I think it's because you don't look at the floors. But it was, anyway. It was very nice, and like
It's
food
posh.
was
It's nice, bougie.
very bougie, and the I got hammered.
No.
I got absolutely twisted.
It's a surprise.
Well, because I've not been drinking a lot recently. Like I was like speed drinking. I was loving
Are you
the beers.
crap at it?
Yeah, really bad. I was out of practice, and we're on Cobras. Yeah,
Right.
nice. So
I like Cobra.
I love Cobra. Nice cold Cobra.
Bottles, big bottles of Cobra.
No, tiny. So it's funny. The there's a big table, like 8 of us on, and there's this waitress, lovely, came over, and she was like, she would put she would grab your glass and she would fill your bottle, and she did that for all 8 of us. We were all on Cobra.
The little ones.
Yeah, so she was all on go, and she'd go
waste
around.
of time.
And I was just getting hammered, and so she'd get to the end. So she did me first, and by the time she'd gone all the way round and done like the last person's Cobra, I'd be like, "Can we have another 12 Cobras, please?"
Like painting the fourth bridge.
Yeah, it was. And she was like, and everybody was like, "But just pour it." And then Alan next to me had just finished his while we were talking. He'd go, "Actually, yeah, I'll have another Cobra as well, please."
Nightmare.
We carried on doing that. And then
Food's good in there.
it was gorgeous, absolutely
Really
gorgeous.
good.
It was great. It was a good night, and we came back here,
Right.
and I walked in, and I was like, "Tequilas for everyone, please, tequilas."
Oh,
And then Rome was like, "Right, okay, do it's tequilas," and she did mine first because I was the first in here because I was dead thirsty, and she poured this tequila out. She gave it to me. I was like, "Oh, okay," and she's like, waiting for it to do everyone else's. I was like, "Well, you're doing tequilas for everyone, aren't you?" And she's like, "Oh, okay." So she filled mine up again.
And
Are you not going to do everybody else's?
I don't think tequila is a normal alcohol. I
No.
think it's like a liquid drug. It's very different.
It's the cocaine of alcohol.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
It is.
amazing.
We mentioned cocaine twice in this episode.
Yeah, it's bad that.
As we don't do it.
No.
But it'd be fun if we did. But anyway, so she's doing, and so I was a few tequilas, and then I started to get hammered, absolutely hammered. I was sat exactly where you are now, and like Jack was talking to me, and I became non-verbal. I became completely
God's sake.
non-verbal. Just
What's the point of that? Don't you get like a little thing goes off in your head saying like, I need to go home now?
yeah. That was,
Do you have that?
Yeah, so
I
that's-
don't
that's
have
what- Yeah, I had to remove myself from the situation.
Right.
So like, Jack was talking to me, and it was just like, and I just gas coming out my mouth, air, just like,
Just pointing at things.
and I was like,
I've seen you fast asleep on this couch.
well, that's what was going to happen. But
Yeah.
I was like, no, because Alice was in Liverpool, and
Yeah.
she was getting the train back to meet me here. And I was just like, I'm fucking toast, like, so I need to go. So my flat's like walk that way. So I was like reaching for this like imaginary rope, sort of like pull myself up. And I was
oh my
like
God.
pulling myself towards the door. Proper Irish exit, just disappeared.
Isn't it French exit? Oh, maybe Irish.
Oh yeah, French exit is when you just leave.
Just
isn't it?
disappear.
Irish exit is where you tell everybody you fucking hate them, and then you go, isn't it? That's right, yeah. So it was a French exit, and then so I started walking down the canal.
Down the canal,
Yeah, down the canal.
mate.
It's
Like, so if anybody doesn't know Chester, there are bits of the canal where it's not very wide, and it's a really good place for people to.
Alan's fallen in before.
Has he?
He has fallen in, and Tom did as well. They're both falling in. It's weird. You walk down. It's like when you enter the path down the canal. Someone puts a metal helmet on you, and they swim along the canal with a huge magnet. And as you're walking along, you're just like, whoop,
It's weird.
whoop.
It wouldn't happen on a normal pavement, would it?
No, that is the weirdest thing. Oh, fuck, no. But I got to Harker's. I just saw this, like,
Hang on,
mirage.
another pub.
Yeah, but, so I decided, there was a mirage. There was, like, this ashtray and a table and one chair just left outside. People, and I was like, fuck. I walked in. I was like, I'm gonna have to have a half just to sober me up. So I walked into Harker's and I just said to the bar, I was just like, and he was like, yeah, sorted that out. And it gives me this
Jesus Christ.
half of Cheshire Cat or something it was.
Yeah.
And then, so I sat outside just making cigs, and Alice rings me and she goes, right, I'm just getting the train now, where are you? I was just like, I'm on my own.
That I think that's very suspicious. That
Yeah.
the first thing you've said, I've done nothing.
That's what she said. She's like, well, who's all those girls' voices in the back? There's a massive table of girls next
It is
to
a
me.
massive pub.
And I was just like this half of the cig, it was an ashtray just out. Just on my phone, just like, on my own. And she was like, where are you? I was like, I'm in Harker's, I've just had to nip in for a half to sober myself up. And she was like, well, I thought you'd meet me at the train station. And I was like, don't worry about that. Just, we need to get home, don't we? So, and then she was like, well, what are you going to do? I'll get home.
Yeah.
And
to your flat?
To the flat.
Yeah.
But when we get a taxi from there.
Okay.
And she was like, you're supposed to meet me at the train station. I was like, well, you get the taxi from the train station. You pick me up from the flat. And I was just lying in bed in the flat, like we turned it into an Airbnb. So there was nobody there.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
were they
nobody-
shocked?
Yeah, I was like, don't mind me, I live here. This is mine.
This is
This is mine. This is my bed. This is my bed. Your fucking husband's wearing my underpants.
Hang on. So how long did you have to wait?
Half an hour.
Mate, how did you? It was like one
In
of
and out of
those
consciousness.
those films. So stay with me, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's so cold. No,
Yeah.
stay with me.
I was Jack on the edge of the door in Titanic. I really was. I was like,
Wait, hang on. I hate that because
it's awful.
she should have let him on the door.
Yeah, well, he couldn't fit on the door.
Of course he could.
No, Mythbusters did it. Did you not see the Mythbusters thing?
No.
Mythbusters got the wooden door, a
Yeah.
replica of Titanic, I think the same one or whatever they used.
The same one.
Because it was who was the famous director of Titanic? Who actually went to Titanic? Anyway, he did it with Mythbusters.
Okay.
Because it's obviously a big thing.
I don't know who the director was. Go on,
Oh,
keep
famous
talking.
guy. Anyway, so they got this door,
Yeah.
and they put it in this like big swimming pool that does the waves and stuff.
Oh yeah, wave pool. Yeah.
Yeah, a wave pool. Yeah, and they were like, right, okay, so let's try and mirror things. So they turned all the lights off. And
James Cameron.
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Old JC. And so they got this woman and a man, same sort of build and everything as Jack and Rose, and she's on the door, and like every time he tried to pull himself on, he just like flipped the door, and she'd fall off. There was no way he could get
Where's the
onto it.
downside on that?
Well, it's
a survival instinct.
It-
It's like, where are you going? I'm just going over here.
There's another door with no one on it.
I'm just going to get another door for you. Just tread water.
Yeah, but like take it in turns. Yeah, is it my turn on the door? Let me on the door for a
Let
bit.
me on the door. That's
It's like when you messes with the cover in
it
bed,
is
isn't it? Which is nicking the fucking
it's
cover.
selfish, isn't it?
So
I mean, just
selfish.
like because they could have like rotated. It's like
They could have.
let me just nip on the door. Like, give me 10 minutes.
10 minutes on the door.
Yeah, and
you
then
have 10 minutes.
and then we'll just flip flop.
Yeah.
Until
And the moving around, the action of them getting on the
yeah,
floor,
yeah.
that'll warm them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we said that.
A cup of soup.
Yeah, why didn't they just bring warmer clothes and stuff?
Yeah, and
with
a
them?
flask.
Yeah, made a night of it under the stars. That'd be lovely.
Didn't think it through.
Really didn't, to be honest. Embarrassing.
Anyway, so anyway, you're trying to stay awake.
So yeah, trying to say it, and then eventually, like, I'm just looking at. She sends me a WhatsApp location thing, you know, where it just
Very
continues to
trusting.
move.
I like that.
Yeah. So I got that, and I'm just like, it's gonna be here.
Do you talk to yourself?
Oh, you pep talk yourself, don't you? But I'm pep talking myself while I'm watching this fucking dot move through the Wirral. Just
What,
like,
in glacial speed with glacial
yeah,
speed.
it's just like so, and I'm like, no. So I was like serious battling, because I could barely see Wynne.
It's very. Yeah, I find it very difficult if I'm very tired to stay awake.
Yeah, but then we got the taxi, and I just did that classic thing that I always do.
Mate.
I do with everyone, even when we went to the thing.
The what? What thing?
To Amney. I didn't
Oh, right,
say it
yeah.
to her, but got into the taxi first. Just let her like grab the shoulder of the driver. I was like, really sorry about her, mate. Really sorry about her. She's just, she's a bit of a pain in the ass. Really sorry about her, mate. Oh, she was like, what are you talking about? I just been coming from the train station now. You said you were going to meet her. I'm like, listen, mate, I'm really sorry about her. Yeah, I'm
You're
really
a
sorry
bad
about her."
man.
I did, because Alan turned up late, and he turned, and I said, oh, I'm really sorry about my friend. Really sorry about him. He's awful, isn't he?
I'll make sure he doesn't throw up.
Yeah, I'll make sure he doesn't do this again. So sorry. And he's like, fucking shut up. Dead funny. Anyway, so it was a great night. Thanks for asking. I can't wait for you to come to the next one, because
Yeah, I should.
taking Toby. What were you doing? Taking Toby to?
No, I sent you a picture. I had no idea how youth rugby works, because now he's playing for youth. Well, he's away playing rugby in an elite rugby program, but then he still wants to play for Wrexham on a Friday night, and it's like, mate, it's like, are you not all rugbyed out? No, my mates. That process is not quick. They don't kick off till 7:30, and then after they all get changed and showered.
In the morning?
At night.
What?
7:30 is kick-off.
Why is kick-off at 7:30 at night?
My point exactly. Why can't it be 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon?
That's ridiculous.
Bonkers. So, like, all day, and then 7:30 kick-off, then play the match. By the way, he's the only guy to score a try. It was awesome. He was amazing. And then they go in,
Good
get
to know.
changed, go into the bar. They get all, like, have shirt and tie on with a club tie, all that sort of stuff. You have to hang around there while they do Dick of the Day and all this sort of rugby shit. And everybody,
hell.
you've got all these boys yamming pints for doing things wrong. And you sent me while you were still able to function, your thumb still worked.
Yeah.
Where are you? And I sent you a picture. Do you remember that?
Yes,
I got
you did. You
I
did,
got
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I got no reply.
I couldn't, because I couldn't see at that point. So you
and
sent me a
2
picture,
pictures.
and I
I'm
was
still
just-
in bloody rugby club. But there you go.
Right, that's one of the reasons I didn't go do rugby in school, was that the rugby club was too much, man. It
It's
was too
full on.
much, because I'd only moved to kind of know, like, so a lot of the rugby club people, all their families were involved
Yeah.
and stuff, and like you going down with your saying,
Yeah.
all this sort of stuff.
It's
I didn't
full
have
on.
any of that, but because I was quite big, they were
It's
like,
full on.
do you want to play rugby?
Yeah, you would have loved it.
Absolutely, and I did enjoy the times that I did, but the after thing, like, because like there was the bravado thing, which was too much, man.
Yeah.
Everyone like grabbing each other's dicks and stuff, and you're just like, whoa, fucking hell, hang on,
Hang on.
you know. And there's loads. It's just like,
Should we put Raljacks on his bollocks? It's a bit gay, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I was just like, all right, guys, fucking hell, you know.
Yeah,
But that
belting.
was just the dance.
It's just in like Morrison's.
Yeah, on the way there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's why. But I'll make it to the next one, because it does sound fun.
It was all right, yeah. I can't remember any of it, so it doesn't matter. You didn't miss out on anything.
So do a little bit of aeroplaney stuff because we're
Sorry about this, everyone. Sorry about this.
having a chat about low flying, and somebody was on. Have I talked about piss off Biggles?
No.
Right. So there was a farmer in North Wales. I can see exactly where it is. I don't know where it is, but I could find it from the air. You go Trawsfynydd power station, turn right. There's 2 valleys. You go down the right one, and this guy was so hacked off with low flying fast jets. He wrote in massive letters on the barn on his farm, piss off Biggles.
Oh, nice!
I mean, you know the whole Biggles thing was a film about pilots.
Yeah.
So it's just said piss off Biggles. Well, people would go fucking 20 miles out of their route just to fly over his farm. It had exactly the opposite effect.
As it would, I specifically go, they get the afterburner.
And people wouldn't then say you go, right, we're going to enter a low level here at Barmouth, we're going to go inland via Pork Chop Lake, which was Lake Chelyn, but or Llyn Chelyn. We're going to go Trawsfynydd via Piss Off Biggles down. And it was like in the brief. It was in the fucking brief before we went flying.
That is hilarious.
Let's wax over this bloke's place. You know, it's like sorry, mate, but you live in the low flying system. Sorry.
Yeah.
So there's 2 things. The other place that was like that.
It reminds me of that. Well, I don't know if it was one of the early podcasts, but tell the story again of the woman who rang up to complain when you were all doing like multiple ones. God. And she rang up after like the second one.
So every year there's a thing called the Prince of Wales Trophy. All the students had the day off, and you were given with an hour to take off a sealed brown envelope. You opened it and you had to plan for a route around Wales, and it did all sorts of wacky stuff, but it was all low level, all 50 odd instructors and other sort of like staff people got this envelope, and there was just like a constant stream of jets taking off to do this route, and you had to plan it, and it had things like you have to go via here, you have to go RF Brawdy in the south was closed, so what they did, they put a load of tanks and army stuff out, and you had to fly over there and like write down, like do a recce and write down what you see. You had an absolute time on target over here. You had to say at this point here, at this lat and long, what was at that location, and it was like a tiny little broken stone bridge. Then you had to come back via RF Mona, and you had to go over the threshold with your gear up at exactly this time. So it's a load of complex instructions that you had to put on maps, and you had to take off, and it was all done to the second. If you released your brakes like 2 seconds early from your takeoff time, then you were deducted points.
Whoa.
All this sort of stuff. So you came down with so you had an hour to plan, and then there's a French guy, exchange officer, and he was such a shambles because you had to go to the auth desk. So there was an authorizer, so like a senior person on the squadron, and he would say make sure everything's in order and you're happy to fly, like sign here, and he'd sign, and off you go to get your jet. This French guy arrived and he was in a shambles of bits. He was so nervous about trying to do well for, Vive la France. And he had his...
Did he have one of those wooden planes and stuff? Biplane?
He had his G suit wasn't zipped up. It was because you sort of zip it up at the front and you swivel it round, and then you have an inside zip on either side. Yeah. And it was still halfway round, and like
yours was Velcro, wasn't it?
It's still flapping and all this sort of stuff. He arrives, he goes, okay, let me go, I don't have much time, I need to go right now, I don't want to talk to you, let me sign. And the guy looked at him and went, no, mate, you're not going. No, you're going to crash and die. Just calm down. It's just a competition. And he wouldn't even let him go.
Wow.
So there's quite a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it.
So the point is, everybody takes off at 10-minute intervals or whatever it was, I can't remember. And after about the first 3 people took off and they're going up the road, exactly the same route, this woman phoned up, there was a low-level complaint line into the operations, and she phoned up.
Answering machine full.
Answering, yeah, well, a little bit like that. And initially it's an answer machine, but they let because a lot of the time when people are angry about low-level jets in Wales, they vent onto the answer machine. And when you phone them back, they're actually, they
Calm down.
Calm down a lot.
Right.
Because they've had it all on the answer machine. And they phone them and say,
their dog's pissed all over the rug or something.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so annoying, and they're fine, you talk to them. This woman phoned in, she said, I've had 3 jets go over my house, like 10 minutes apart. She said, it's not good enough, right over my house. And this guy phoned her up and said, if I were you, I'd go out, because there's another, 52 to come.
Fucking hell.
So she heard the first 3, and the rest of them were on the way.
Imagine how bad her day was.
Awful. And that's
her dog would have been in bits.
That's not okay.
No.
So the last low level, the low flying thing is the Eisteddfod.
Oh, there was in Wrexham recently.
Yeah.
Really fucking love the Welsh. I do. Lived there for a long time.
I am Welsh.
Well, Pembrokeshire. But they... but it's the most English part of Wales.
No.
Apart from Rhyl, it is the most English part. And so, just in terms of you're the most English sounding person I've ever heard.
Yeah. No.
Where's your Welsh accent?
Well, it was eaten by the RAF.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
But so...
I'm not even joking.
No, from outside my house... All I could hear all week was thud, 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 thud from the bloody Eisteddfod.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, I'm 4 miles away and it was pumping. It was like Glastonbury. It was massive. I didn't even know there was that many people in Wales.
Right, so when the Eisteddfod week, there'd be what's called a NOTAM, every year.
Right.
It's called a NOTAM, which is Notice to Airmen, and that's a circle around things that you can't fly over because, for example, filming. If you've got if somebody's filming like a multi-million-pound film about people with not unlike this people with swords from the medieval times, and you get a jet go over the top, it sort of fucks it a little bit. It's like, hang on, I thought we were in the 1500s.
Oh,
so
of course,
so you get
right.
this note, and it can be all sorts of stuff like hospices.
That's interesting.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So there are places you just.
What's the hospices?
The people where people are dying and they don't want noise.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
If I was lying on my back dying, I'd love to see a jet go over.
Yeah, you would.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and me too.
Yeah.
So this sort of thing, and these circles were a predictable size. They're sort of on the map, and you go, oh shit, I'll give that and another couple of miles, buffer zone, so I don't fuck that up. Because going through a NOTAM is big juju, very very bad. It's really shit.
Wow. Okay.
Because they've said for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter. You cannot fly in there.
Yeah.
If you fly in there, you get in the shit. So the Eisteddfod, you see that the fucking size of the circle around that thing was massive, because it's we're not messing with this whole Welsh cultural thing, because they get very, very angry. Well, some of the boys flew through the Eisteddfod.
No.
Yeah. And then there is, it's on YouTube. If you put low flying jets Eisteddfod, and it's from somewhere in the mid-80s, there is an interview with S4C. So it's in Welsh. Yes. Probably come, yeah. Probably come. There's an interview.
Probably not.
There's an interview for the BBC, and he's interviewing this guy about low-flying aeroplanes, and this guy is absolutely livid. In the background, in the shot, you can see the the exhaust fumes of a tornado, like coming towards the shot. This guy's already livid, and how, you know, it's disgusting. We've had a jet come through this week, and in the background you can see this jet snorting towards it, and it absolutely gives him a centre parting during the interview on BBC Wales.
Oh my God.
That bloke was hung out to dry.
Really?
Oh my God, mate. It's like you can't, it's like you need, like in the military, you need to bring the British public with you.
Yeah.
Like if they start
course,
going, I don't
yeah.
want this, you know, there's enough of that anyway.
Yeah.
And if you've got things like that, that is, oh my God. I can remember that so much. And it was like the boys would watch it and they're going, fucking hell. It's just ridiculous. It's a little bit like
That's hilarious.
the low-flying guy who got through to 41 Squadron at RAF Coltishall in Norfolk, and the number got through to the crew room where all the pilots lived, as opposed to going to ops. And the guy said, I've had low-flying jets over my house, and I'm absolutely tired of it. I'm not having it anyway. And one of the pilots said, can I stop you there? And he went, did it have a red star on the tail? And he went, no, I don't think so. He said, well, fucking call me back when it does.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's good.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So there's diplomacy, and then there's don't let the lads get involved.
Well, yeah, you've got to, well, absolutely, yeah. You've got to, you know, and you know, the Welsh are very proud of their Eisteddfod and stuff, and as they should be and stuff. You are, like, you
I'm not a Welsh speaker.
When was the last time you went to the Eisteddfod?
I've never been.
No. How is your Welsh?
I can't speak any of it.
I think I'm more Welsh than you.
Well, you can't be, can you? Because I did the old...
What's that line called?
Landsker Line.
You're past the Landsker Line. I wasn't. I lived in Wales.
Yeah.
Proper Wales.
So there's a thing called the Landsker Line. So
if you don't know this is fascinating, right? This is absolutely... I only found this out because of Wynne. Listen up. Imagine Wales as a big ear on the side of the UK, right?
I never thought of that.
All right. At the bottom left-hand corner, right, the southwest of Wales, there is a line that is... So it's called the Landsker Line, and it is the weirdest thing. You will go from being in depths of Wales, so Kevany, you know, all this sort of stuff, all Welsh names, and you'll go to Pembrokeshire and, you know, Tenby and Saundersfoot, and the most English...
Manorbier.
Yeah, most English names, and it's just past this one sort of weird line in the southwest corner of Wales.
So it's a curved line, and we were invaded, Welsh folk were invaded up Milford Haven, which is... and you don't want that.
I was doing that this morning.
And
fuck, I hope she doesn't.
And they pushed the Celts back. And
What were you up to last night?
Can you not,
last night?
Mate,
I was invaded Milford Haven.
God's sake.
Sorry, so you invaded Milford Haven.
And there's now a line called the Landsker Line, where there is like there's a Celtic influence above that. Well, it always was, but the other side of it is very not Celtic. It's more like Cornwall or Devon or something like that. However, all of us, and my family lived there since the 15th century, but it's not the same. It's nobody speaks Welsh there.
You won't hear a Welsh accent.
But it's a long way from the English border. It's as far Welsh. So places like Tenby, where a lot of people will know, is the other side of the Landsker Line. So that's what it's about.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Went there with Wynne and a few of our friends, and when you go into the
One
shops,
of our best podcasts.
absolutely, it's on here a few episodes ago. Have a little watch.
A bit hungover on that one.
God, we were wasted again. Like, you need to stop drinking, man. Sorry, just to finish. That was the Landsker Line. The camera fell off its arse again. We're going to get better equipment, but we need you to subscribe.
Yeah.
Because we can't do it without that, unfortunately. That was the Landsker Line.
Yeah.
So there's no Welsh people behind this
That's
line.
not true. We're all Welsh.
Well,
What? Why do you need me to drive this car next Saturday?
oh yeah. So the Plymouth. Alan's getting married.
Well done, mate. I bought 2 people a house.
You've been married twice.
Yeah. Hopefully 3 times, because that was wonderful.
Hey, what, are you going to think you'll marry Belle?
At some point. Maribel.
Maribel.
There's good skiing there.
I've just been invading Milford Haven.
What? Yeah.
Alan's
You
getting
said
married.
something really nice. You said you're the only one who can drive this thing. Is it column change?
Yes, it's a big 50s American Plymouth.
Do I need to have a practice? It can't be difficult, can it?
You drove them in Texas all the time. You're just getting it.
Oh, it's automatic?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, it's not automatic. It's not.
Oh. It's like a console, Ford console.
Yeah, but you've got gears. It's just column change. Just column change, clutch, brakes. It's all the same.
Yeah, easy.
Might break down. Anyway, so Alan's getting married. I've got to finish the Plymouth next week. He's getting married on Saturday, so I've got to finish his golf Monday, Tuesday. And then for the rest of the week, for Wednesday, I've got to go and pick up another resurrection car down south.
Is it nice? I know you can't say.
And it cost me 400 quid, and I don't know why. I just bid on it. I thought, oh, that'll be fun.
You just knee-jerked.
Pure knee-jerk. And so I've got to go and get that because the guy's screaming at me. So anyway, do that. And then the rest of the last couple of days, I've just got to finish the brakes on the Plymouth. I've got to buff it, clean it.
Oh, yeah, it's got 0 brakes.
Yeah, well, it's just the rear brakes now. I have sorted the brakes, but the rear brakes need doing. So I've got to do all of that. And then the car will be ready to rock and roll for Saturday.
Yeah.
So that'll be a video. So a video of me just finishing the Plymouth off, polishing it all up. I need to paint the roof, but I don't think I'm going to have time this week, so I won't do that in the video.
It looks pretty cool anyway, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks, with a buff, it'll look amazing. But I think I'll possibly send it to have the roof painted somewhere, because it's got a big bit patch paint missing out a bit. But not before this weekend. You won't be able to see it in any of the photos or anything, so it'll be sound. But just for longevity.
And because I'm only allowed to go to the night do.
Well, it's because of your behaviour, Wynne.
Yeah, in fairness.
Yeah, you could come to the bar.
What for?
Well, because we're walking back here, aren't we? So we're going to the registry office in Chester and then we're walking back here for a private little few drinks before we go.
Absolutely not. Okay. If I'm not properly invited, I'm not having anything to do with it. I might not even come to the night do.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I'm looking forward to it.
No, you have to dust off your funeral suits.
Yeah, I have got a funeral
on that.
So my...
Just change of tie, isn't it? For a funeral or wedding.
Yeah.
Just change the tie.
But it's black tie. It's Dickie Bow, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got my Dickie Bow. I've
Have
got
you?
a sequinsy one.
Oh, mate. Do you want to borrow one?
No, it's fine. I got it on purpose.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's good. So the Plymouth, so I had this lovely message from Ben saying, mate, can you, I want to just drive up to the middle of Chester and, chuck some of the keys, but you're the only one who can drive it. I think it might not be true. I just think you just needed some mug.
There's nobody else that is in Chester
you would
at
trust.
that time. There's nobody else that could drive the Plymouth. It's a massive American car.
Yeah.
Just like you lived in America for all those years, you know exactly how it works. And not just that, it's an old carburettor thing. You're going to have mechanical sympathy. You're going to know your way around it. I can't let someone who...
Rev the bollocks off
Well, yeah, who's never driven a car... I let Aled drive the fucking rascal van to go to the show.
Yeah.
And you should have heard the noise of the thing behind me, revving the bollocks of it, trying to get it to start.
That.
Just start my... I was just like, mate, just bit of fucking...
Yeah, I hate that.
It doesn't run like my diesel caddy from 2009. It's like, yeah, won't, will it?
We haven't even spoken, because since the last podcast, you had your own car show.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, that's another reason we've been so busy. Is just
Yeah.
I did have that car show, which meant I couldn't do Rustival as well. And a few people did want me to go to Rustival, but I couldn't do that. The NEC, someone's got in touch with me from the NEC,
Yeah.
and they've offered me a stand to do my own thing on.
When's that for? It's not the classic car show, is it?
November.
Oh, that is the classic car show.
It is.
Are you going to do it?
I haven't got time. I need to be working on it. I've got a blackboard full of projects, and I've just got to
A
get them done.
blackboard. Is it the 1950s?
Yeah, it
Is
is.
it
Well,
not?
it is.
Is it not on your iPad?
No, none of that, mate.
No, I love
just
I love
draw
that.
it in chalk.
Yeah, I like that.
Because then you can rub it out.
Yeah, that works for me.
Pretend it never happened.
I had to demand like a month by month like flap over calendar so I can write stuff down because that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I can see it and I can rub stuff out and add stuff in.
Don't want anything on there.
Oh, well, I won't look at it.
No, that's it. Unless it's sending me an emergency alert, I don't know.
But wouldn't it be good though to do the NEC?
I think it would, but
Can you not like carve out like 2 days?
you don't understand how the
You don't
logistics of
understand.
that will fucking ruin my life.
How many cars would they expect?
Well, it's not just like, how many people do you think it takes to pull off something like that? So my own car show that I did,
Yeah. Oh, that was immense.
maybe so you've got 4 marshals, you've got the guy who organised it all, James, so there's 5 people there.
Yeah.
3 people on the merch stands, that's
Yeah.
8. You've got me, Aled,
Yeah.
Rob and Ben who are
Yeah.
driving the cars, so that's like another 4, so that's 12 people just to pull that off.
Yeah.
The NEC's bigger, it's harder, and I've got Joe, so that's 13 people.
Yeah, but hang
And
on.
the 3
you-
people
but
on the
you-
merch stand, my mum, Libby, and
They're amazing.
Anna.
How good were they?
Incredible. It was faultless, but not only that, I've got to then make sure all these cars are, make sure we've got enough. Have we got enough? How many hats have we got? Are we going to sell out of hats? We order some. Oh, but I thought the mugs were going to arrive. Oh no, the key rings arrived, but the mugs haven't arrived. Well, what, are we going to do calendars for this one because it's coming up to Christmas? Are we going to do this? It's too much. It is too much, and I'm only one guy, and I don't know how a lot of other people do it. They have like employ people who like know how to organise all this sort of stuff, but
Yeah.
Joe hasn't got a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Joe's really good at doing like
I
the merch
love
and like
Joe.
cleaning the car. I
He's
love him. He's
amazing.
amazing.
He's amazing.
He's the best ever.
That's the first time I met Joe, and I went, "Oh, you've got a really good bloke. They're excellent."
Yeah,
I guess.
and he does a bit of editing, he does everything.
Yeah.
But again, I need someone like who can properly, like organise and manage everything else. Like
Yeah.
you're going to be here when this is happening. Because what everybody needs to remember is that I'm doing all the editing and I'm fixing the fucking cars.
Yeah.
I'm literally there turning spanners and like my phone's ringing and they're going, "Can you come to this on this day? Can you do this?" Or I'm getting a message, "Can you come here? Can you that?" And I'm like, I've got a gearbox to swap.
Well, that's exactly the same as Johnny Car Pervert.
No, he doesn't fucking do anything, does he?
I love him.
Yeah,
He is good, but he doesn't do any of the fixing. There's no skin missing from his knuckles.
No, that's it. He's a very good presenter.
He's brilliant.
And I love him. He's so great.
Yeah, you could do a collab.
Yeah, well, I've thought about that before, and it has been sort of in the atmosphere, but again, it's just like
What's he going to do?
Well, yeah, and I just need to fix the cars. I just want to get through the cars, man. I that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy making cars.
No, I
work
get
again
that.
and making a fun story.
And
behind
also, like, if you don't need to make the whole thing bigger by exposure in the NEC, then you don't need to do it, do you?
No, that's it. I'm just not bothered. It's just nobody really cares. Anyway, there's some people that want to come down and buy some merch and say hello and stuff. And if I can do that at my own Cars and Coffee, that's fine, isn't it? Or,
Yeah.
Again, I might,
It was incredible.
It was-
There were
it was the
people
best
who,
day ever.
There was a guy who drove from France. There were a couple of guys who came down
did,
from
he did.
Scotland.
Yeah.
There were people who drove from Luton.
What about the guys in the Toledos that came up from down south and they broke down and they got there at 5 o'clock?
I know.
But they managed to meet me because we were all packing away. They were like, "Oh my god, we just got here. We broke it down. We left at like 8 o'clock this morning."
And we gave them a load of like zip ties or
Yeah, we did give them a load of zip ties to fix their
How
fucking
cool
car.
was that?
Mate, it's amazing. Do you know what, a few standouts from that then. Let's talk about the people that were there. Car of the show, that big Renault thing as well. This couple that just like the loveliest couple ever. and they just like didn't expect to win. But that car was such a labour of love for them to keep on the road because you can't get any parts for it. You can't. They're just a pain in the arse.
What was it? Renault what?
So Renault Scenic RX4. So it was a 4-wheel drive Scenic, and it's tough, man. Really, but great. And there was another woman as well whose husband had lost a leg, right? He hadn't just lost it.
Careless.
I know, he hadn't just lost it. It had been taken off.
Right.
For some reason. I didn't ask. But he only had one leg.
You?
No. One of them was
I think
false.
I might have had to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Was it a shark?
It's fridge door.
So I met them. It was him, his 2 kids, and his wife, and they were all like, "Yeah, great, lovely to meet you, fucking whatever." She comes up to me afterwards, and she's crying, and she's like, "You've no idea how much you've helped my husband's recovery because he lost his leg this year, and he was laid up for so long." And you get my uncle had a thing recently that
So cool. I did meet them. I'm not being, I was being flippant then. They were lovely.
Just the most kindest, nice people. You'll know about this from people you probably know in RAF world and stuff, people who've lost limbs and things or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you get that phantom limb syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Which can cause you a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy was saying. He's going through this and all that sort of stuff. And he said, your videos take a lot of, take him out of that world for a bit.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
it's just the nicest thing that anybody's ever said to me, really. And she gave me a big hug, and it was
There were so many
fantastic.
lovely people there. Like, I met a lot of people there, and they were just really, really lovely.
There was no knobheads. It was great.
Not one.
It was just a fantastic way, and I'm very lucky as well for having this kind of people, because there's a few other YouTubers. There's a guy called Adam C, right, who he was a car spotter, so he used to stand outside car shows and video the cars, and then his videos got dead big, and he became a bit of a sort of personality and stuff. But he plays on his whole vibe is like taking the piss and the bad stuff about car shows and things like that, and he's like, "Oh look, there's some idiot in a fucking Fiesta there or whatever," and it's just like,
That's horrible.
yeah,
I don't like it.
I've got no time for any of that sort of negativity. I just don't need it. I think if someone's really keen on whatever car they've got,
Absolutely brilliant.
that's brilliant. That's better than them being into fucking crochet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want them to be into cars, and whether that is sticking fucking bits on your Zafira, I don't care.
And it means more than somebody like who has the dosh to buy a Bugatti Veyron and turn up and go, "Look at my Bugatti Veyron." But it's like, but all you did was take an amount of money, give it to that person, and then you got that.
Yeah.
These people are keeping these things. The Toledo lads.
The guy with the Metro who won Best Car of the Show. Guy with the Metro won Best Car of the Show. He was delivering his pizzas in that old Metro, and he came there and he had his tools out. He pulled his plugs out, cleaned everything, then fouled up, and he was putting it all back together, and it was sweet as a nut. And I gave it a little rev and that, and I was just
So
like, "Mate, it's amazing." And he was just like flat out working hard to do
What
that.
about the VW Caddy guys?
Yeah, and the Volkswagen, the Scirocco and the Golf.
Oh my
the
God.
white ones. Oh my God, diesels running 350 brakes.
That was amazing.
Yeah, proper cool.
And we're not going to mention everybody because can't, but it was just such a lovely environment. Everybody was so positive, and it also got them to meet each other, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and not off the back of it, but kind of off the back of it because of the community of just like good people. My sticker book.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook group been set up for people to swap stickers on my sticker book.
No.
So I can die a happy man.
Your work is done here.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing anybody's ever told me, that there's a group of people swapping the stickers.
All you need to do now is come here, drink tequila and talk bollocks.
Yeah.
Which is what we do today.
Yeah. And fix fucking bore lake cars that nobody else wants to fix. There's a funny one when I picked up that yellow Lotus. The guy was like, I was like, it's a shame you can't get this back on the road. He's like, "Oh mate, I can't be arsed. It costs loads of money. It's fucking hell. It's not worth it, is it?" I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah.
Thanks, I'll do it then.
Yeah, fair enough. That's kind of what I fucking do. Yeah, cheers, mate.
Thanks for enthusing me. What's that?
Just a bit of fucking wood in my trainer. What the hell? Anyway, I went to workshop the other day and I was wearing my... these are new trainers because I was wearing my other new trainers that I had for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I swapped... So I swap shoes quite a lot at the workshop. If I come in on the motorbike or if I come in... I'll put my workshop trainers on, which are covered in shit.
Yeah.
And I forgot, and I was doing the clutch on the Golf, and like I was spraying the thing with brake cleaner and stuff, and it was all just pouring off it, and I was just like, yeah, scrub all this, clean all that, yeah, axle grease here, and you know, all this type of thing. And I just looked down at the floor, and my brand new trainers were just fucking covered in gearbox oil and all sorts of shit, completely written off, can't clean them. I was like, oh, fucking hell. 60 quid just...
60 quid.
60 quid just gone.
Yeah.
HMRC would be livid.
They would. Can you put them down as, you know, like a taxable...
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
The accountant was here on Friday night. You know, it was absolutely...
Here?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Was he wankered?
No. So I was completely non-verbal. And sitting there, he walks in, he's like, Ben, how you doing, mate? You okay? And I was like... Oh fuck! You know, like, what am I going to say to him? Like, you know,
he's not the enemy. He's on your side.
Is he?
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah. Is he like? Is he an accountant, or is he like? Yeah, don't worry about that, mate.
He's a bit of that.
He's like stuck the stuff.
He's a good
because
mate.
we haven't said his name.
No, he's a good mate. He'll look after us.
It's like, yeah, you can write that off.
Yeah, or don't worry about that for 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it. Don't worry about that for 6 months.
Don't worry about that.
We'll address it then.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it. But no, he's great. And yeah, but when he came down, he was like, how you doing, mate? And I was just like...
I was all right till I saw you.
I just pulled my imaginary rope to the door. Bye, everybody. Speaking of bye, everybody,
Shall we?
Yeah. We will try and do more of these. I'm desperately trying to get Wynne to come to the workshop because we'd be able to do so many more if Wynne actually came to the workshop.
So boring with no beer. You can't...
There is beer.
Yeah, you can't drink and drive.
Well, no, but you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
No, 12. Yeah, okay. Let's try and make it happen. At least every other week.
Be great, wouldn't it? Imagine
that.
And we'll do the car racing soon.
Yeah. And I am actively trying to find a Puma helicopter.
Yes.
That we can crawl over like the Hawk.
Amazing.
Because it was amazing.
Yeah, we've got a lot of new subscribers for that. They've all left now, but
yeah, clearly, because it's been such a long time ago.
They were like, "Oh, I can't wait for you to do a Concorde or something." It's like, no, that's not what we do. It's not what we do. So it's just a one-off.
What we haven't mentioned is like in this 2-month gap, there's like 120 new subscribers. It's just amazing. It's like, that's not lost on us, is it?
Not at all.
The fact that we've done nothing because of the other stuff going on, and still there are people coming on board, which is incredible. But I really appreciate that.
It's awesome. I really do appreciate it. And if you do fancy hitting the subscribe button, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
And we will see you hopefully sooner than 2 months.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.